background on the work that we've been doing. When I was vice president of the organization under Suzanne Dada and when I transferred into this role, it was a big priority for me to make sure that I was responding to members' concerns. And so this process really didn't come out of the blue. This process to me was a way to respond to our members and the things I was hearing from them. And what I was hearing from them was that they wanted us to address the salary issue in Rockwood and address the salary schedule, but connected to that, improve communication between our organization and the members in the building. And so this process to me was a way to get to both of those priorities. So when we met with the executive board over last summer, we said to ourselves, okay, how do we engage our membership around salary so that we can show them that we are working actively to make sure we're doing best by them in regards to the next round of negotiations, and then also how do we draw them into the process? Because one of the goals for me was I really wanted to demystify the process of negotiations to some extent. I think for a lot of members, they have this image in their head of like just, all negotiations is a group of people, like a cabal of people sitting in a room and they make all the decisions without any member input and they just do what they want. And negotiation is a group of people sitting in a room negotiating, but there have been communication pieces in place around every negotiations we've ever done. We do surveys and building meetings as part of that process. And we'll do that again in this upcoming negotiations, but this to me was just another layer to engage membership around the most important issue that members have on their minds with negotiations, and that is the salary piece. And it is a way for you guys to give some feedback around that. So what we did was we assembled a group of people we called the Salary Schedule Task Force. And the Salary Schedule Task Force was put together last school year. When I say, well, actually I should say last year. Not just last year, so not just last semester, but before the beginning of this school year, the second semester of last year, we started meeting to do the work. And we tasked the Salary Schedule Task Force with really two goals. All right? The first goal was research. We got a bunch of people who we thought had expertise on numbers and at different spots on the schedule, got them together, and their job is just to research issues around salary. Research our salary schedule, research structures of salary schedules from around the state, just so we have a 100% clear picture on how salaries work in the state of Missouri. That was one goal. The second goal was to, once they've done the research, set up some structure for communication that we could communicate out what we found out about the salary schedule, and then create some structure for feedback. And that was kind of the second phase. It's what we've been working on heavily this year. And so that's what you're part of right now, is that second phase that we are putting in place. So this is the communicating out and the feedback structure. And the goal of this, in the end, is that we intend to solicit some feedback from members to help the bargaining team set a direction for the bargain. And what I mean by that is, when you bargain, we always have a goal. The goal is more, and it's a great goal. When you bargain salaries, like more. Great goal. It's, I think, the right goal, and we're not putting that goal away by any means. But I think what I was hoping the members could help us do is be a little bit more strategic in our goal. Bargaining salaries is really complex. It's not as easy as just a number. There's a lot of layers to it. And if we go in with the goal more, that's great, but can we also have some other strategies or some other instructions from the membership to help guide how we get to that ultimate goal of more? And that's kind of what we'll do after this presentation over the next few weeks before the end of the school year, is give people some chances to give some feedback, all right, on how to create that strategy. So what did you miss last time? If you weren't here for, and I see people who were here from the other meeting, that's great, because really these two modules were set to be together.